Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. I have a project share to share with you all today. This will be available in my Etsy shop. It's an altered book, but not an altered book where all the pages are still intact in the spine. I removed the pages and reworked them into new signatures with other papers and reconstructed it. So I guess it's an altered book in that way. So why don't I tell you what the book is about? So this is an interior design. No, what even is it? It's I really should know this before I start talking. Anyway, I thought of it more as an interior design. Here we go. This is what I needed. So it was originally a country living book called American Style. And so it's about decorating your home, creating, so crafting, and celebrating. So there's a little bit of holiday information, holiday stuff in here too. And then there was some recipes and stuff, but not very many. So obviously there were a few pages that I didn't use, and these are pretty much the holiday ones that didn't get used. So I'm going to include this with, and then the front and end pages there. So I'll be including this with the journal in case whoever ends up getting this journal wants to use it. The cover, as you can see, used to say, this in some sort of way, but I changed that. I covered that up with various papers and things, added this label thing here. This is leather on the spine, so kind of interesting, and then the rest of it is covered in fabric. So there's a little bit of leather peeking through here, and then the rest covered in fabric. It's a 3-inch spine. This is a not small, not a small book at all, which is why the price. So 8.5 inches wide is the cover, but it extends just slightly. So I'm going to say 8 3/4 wide by 10 1/4 high by 3 inches for a spine. And then here you can see the back. I covered that as well, but you still see a bit of the original cover coming through. And then here you can see it's a sari silk closure on a hitch post. You could easily change this to be something else. I left this long in case whoever ends up with this journal wants to kind of do their own thing, or you know how journals get it, it's going to get bigger and bulkier, and you can change and adjust the sizing accordingly. So let me go ahead and give you a walkthrough. Hopefully I'm in frame here. Okay, so you saw just briefly there's papers in here from all sorts of digital kits. I'm not going to say every digital kit. I'll have all the ones that I can find linked down below, but I probably will miss some. But I did capture a few. So you'll see things like this, wallpaper swatches. Those come from Tracy Fox, Love Junk Journals on Etsy, and it's called, her digital kit is called Grungy Wallpaper Swatches. So here, let me pull that up so you can read that. And then you'll also see in here, and we'll see it as we go through, but I used from Mrs. Coggs Crafts, her digital kit called Embroidery Samples Set Number 1. So if you were interested in finding out what those were, that's what those are. And yeah, I've got others in here as well, but like I said, I'll have all that linked down below that I can link. Inside front and back covers, I just did a bit of a collage with some bits of papers. So you could, make this more your own if you want to keep it the way it is. I don't know, you could actually write over here write on that if you wanted to. So in between the book pages, I've added other pages from, you know, digital kits that have been tea-dyed, or mostly tea-dyed. And then vintage book pages. This came from lettering, how to letter for marketing book. And then here you see there's pages from the actual original book. And then on those pages where there was text and writing and whatnot, I covered that with scraps of paper. And so it's got that really cool look that I just love. And I just think it's so much fun to have a junk journal like this to work in. I have a few personally that I made for myself, and I just absolutely love them. So, and then some on some pages like this one I covered with a different page from a book, from this same book, but kind of cut down a little bit. So once in a while you'll see some of that, but it's going to be mostly this kind of thing where I've just added extra writing space for you. I've even covered some of the page numbers here down at the bottom, or sometimes you might see something covered up at the top. I didn't do all of them, so like some of these have, like this one says dark and dramatic. I didn't cover all of them, but you know, sometimes, I don't know, I just had a whim and decided to cover it. But yeah, so this is, I was trying to find, oh, and then some Tim Holtz fabric washi tape throughout as well. I was trying to find a book that I could do that was kind of similar to my Around Beauty book that I've got from that Barbara Berry book that I made last year. Oh, here's one of the embroidery samples set from Mrs. Coggs. So in this case, instead of using blank paper, I just used some of that to cover the writing with. And then you've got blank paper over here. What was I just saying? I had a few people asking me if I could do something similar to that, and I thought, well, this is a really good candidate for that type of thing, so I just decided to go for it. Okay, so here's an example of the Tracy Fox grungy wallpaper swatches, so you'll see things kind of like that throughout as well. But yeah, I really love how this journal came out. I think it would be great if it's, I think it would be great for anyone, to be honest. You don't have to have any special reason to enjoy a journal like this. I would just like to journal in it and, you know, just everyday journaling. But I would say if you're, a flashcard, duh, that I've tea-dyed. And then I made a pocket down here. What was I saying? Oh, if you're, you know, looking to buy a new house, or maybe you just moved into a new house and you want to do some remodeling, or if you lived in the same house for 20 years and you want to do some remodeling, I think this would be a great inspirational journal for that kind of thing. You could very easily mark which pages you like and which ones you don't necessarily like as much. The colors, I don't know. I would kind of treat this kind of like a Pinterest board in a way, only in a physical form, you know, like even here. I don't know that I would think to paint a fireplace yellow, but boy, I sure like that color combination. It's really interesting. Or yellow window casing with a lime green and sofa, day bed with orange pillows. But I really like how that looks. You know, I wouldn't have ever picked that for myself, but I would totally do that, you know. So anyway, or you could turn this into one heck of an art journal too. So there's some more of that embroidery. Another little pocket here with some extra writing space for you. Like say you don't love the antler idea, you could cover this page with gesso and do something totally different for what you like instead. Any of this, you know. So yeah, so anyway, I should probably go faster. There's quite a few signatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures. We are on signature number 2. Oh, I did a little bit of franken pages. I think maybe this is the only one where I combined 2 papers together, sewed them together, and then reinforced, because this music paper was so old and fragile, that I reinforced it with some sari silk and sewing. But lots of room for writing. As you can see, there's little hidden tuck spots here and there all throughout the journal. Yeah, I just see this could be used so many different ways. You could use it as a swatch book even, maybe, or a color palette idea book if that's what you wanted to do for your art, maybe. Yeah, testing out different color palettes. Here's a big pocket here with some writing space. You could actually write just a little bit something there too if you wanted. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of all kinds of ideas. I just think it's fun to flip through, to be honest. It could be a really good coffee table book. So up here I did fabric washi, and then this is a little metal charm. I don't know, maybe not a charm, a metal embellishment. Here I let the paper was a little bit turning over and curling, so I went with that and kept it, and I just love the extra texture that it adds to this page. Here is a journaling card that I had made a long time ago, but guess what? It was perfect for this journal, and these pages are so wide, this long card fits horizontally in that pocket. It's crazy. So, yep. There's another little pocket. This has just really thin tracing paper that's been tea dyed tucked up in there. So I'll move a little quicker now because I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about, to be very completely frank with you. I just kind of want to show you the rest of the book. Maybe I'll just put it on fast forward. I don't know. I don't think you guys like it when I do that. Some of these have a little sunburst, you know, from their logo that they used on the cover. It's just kind of a recurring theme throughout, and so I've tried to not cover that up. I just covered up the words or text that was there. So that's kind of a fun little feature throughout as well. That's a cool idea. There's another pocket. There's another little tuck spot here. Oh, looks like this got a little bit bent. There's another tuck spot here with another one of those wallpaper sample swatches by Tracy Fox. Love this tea dyeing. Oh, it got so grungy and awesome. Put that on top of a paper like this, but the kind that's not a good quality, so the ink blends. Bleeds a bit. Yeah, probably that paper. Here's a big pocket. I liked this picture of this kitchen, and I couldn't really find a place for it, so then I saw this, and most of this down here is just, you know, text in the book, so I decided to make a pocket out of it. And so you've got two kitchen scenes, and then just some extra writing space there tucked in. I love this idea. That's a pretty bold, that's a bold watercolor. That's a bold wallpaper, but I kind of really like it. It's kind of busy though. I don't know. Bright yellow kitchen. Yeah, so many ideas. Now I kind of want to just go decorate my house after working in this journal. This one's got a couple little things tucked in there. Another writing space up there for you. A little pocket here. Some vintage dictionary page, another pocket. Looks like I had more pocket ideas at the end. I love this page for some reason. There's a few reasons. The color scheme I love. These colors together I just absolutely love, and the muted tones. But then this picture is just slightly wonky, which is so much fun. This page, I really like this page. So now we're in our final signature here. And we've got more of the same. Just lots and lots of ideas. There's another really big pocket. The whole page basically is a pocket. This one has stars around the writing. Really cute. There's another pocket here. So lots and lots of writing room. I mean, there's a lot of pictures, you know, obviously, but I made sure to include plenty of extra papers and things that you could write on and use. Pink room with pigs and cows as a decoration. So some more of that vintage music. This is the middle. Some sari silk there in the middle. Love that color combination too. Here's another of the embroidery digital kit by Mrs. Coggs Crafts. Love that. I would love to own that. How cool is that thing? Those things would cost a small fortune, but I don't know, maybe it might be worth it. You tell me. Some of that really grungy tea-dyed paper here. This I haven't really talked about this. This is another digital kit, and it's got like architectural sketchy elements to it, which I thought worked really well with this journal, since obviously we're looking at home decor and that kind of thing. So, and of course we got a little kitty cat on the last page. It just happened to be that one. So, and then here is your final back inside cover. Again, just did a little bit of a collage with extra bits and pieces of papers. And yeah, if you wanted to add a pocket there or do your own thing, you definitely could do that. So make sure and get these added back in here so I don't forget to keep them. But yeah, really nice and solid. This is a hidden stitch spine, so it's, I mean, you saw there, these pages do lay really flat, and even if you did bulk up this journal, I think that because of the size, the sheer size of this book, I think it would still lay pretty flat for you for a long time. Obviously if you chunk it up lots and lots and lots, so it's like this, maybe not as much flat then, but you know, I think this is a book that's really gonna stand the test of time. So alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed walking through this new journal with me. I'll have a link to my Etsy shop where this is listed below. If it's sold, I'll keep my link to my entire Etsy shop, but I'll remove the link to this specific item. But yeah, I'd love for you to come and check it out, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.